Thank you. I was just playing. I'm totally ready. Okay, so I love lists, which is a weird thing to be passionate about. But I think it's the type A personality in me. I really like to organize things, and lists are the perfect way to do that. So growing up as a kid, I had this book called Listography, and it was really fun for me. It was all these different prompts, like your top 10 movies, your favorite songs. It was fun to make these lists, but completely unnecessary as an adult now. I make very necessary lists that are not fun. Grocery lists, shit to fix around my house that we now own, deadlines. It's not enjoyable, but it's completely necessary. I find having a small to-do list, especially now that I work for myself, is the only thing that kind of keeps me on track and accountable. I also find that clients that I work with on stress management, their to-do lists are stressing them out. So it's meant to be very helpful. However, it's super stressful. They're way too long. They keep adding stuff to their list until it becomes so big that they just kind of ignore it. Or it's really small, but there's 35 of them, and they're all over the house in different places. Not helpful. So I just want to go over quickly 2 points that I found that help me make my to-do list helpful and not stressful. I make one every day. I keep it realistic, and I also make it actionable. So the first point is to make it realistic. Dream big, great. For these, dream medium. So really be honest with yourself about the time that you actually have and the time that your tasks actually take. You're not gonna leave the office at 5, be at the post office by 5:10. There'll be no line and you'll be home by 5:30. That's not gonna happen. Maybe you've never left the office at 5, and there's always a line at the post office. So build in buffer time for that, and just be realistic with how much time things take. I like to star my top 3 items. So even if I think I can get through 6 to 8 things, I focus on these top 3 to keep me focused and from multitasking on all these other smaller projects. It's also very motivating. If I can get through my top 3 most important things, anything else is bonus, and that feels amazing. If I get through all 6, awesome, but at least I got those top 3. My next point is to make it actionable. So get super specific. Just like with any goal, the more specific and tangible you are, the easier it is to get started. Don't be vague. It's more daunting. If you're struggling with something at work, don't write, fix this issue. Make it something very tangible. Email 2 people that have done this before and ask them a question about it. Something that you can get done in one day. For really big tasks, you want to break it down into something super tiny. Don't write plan vacation. You're not going to plan your entire vacation in one day, and you're just going to keep pushing it off. Nothing's going to get done. But you can compare flights. You can pick the days that you want to travel. Make sure you write down something that you can actually do in that one day so you can feel like you've made some progress, and it makes the rest a lot easier. One last thing about making it actionable is to kind of clear any roadblocks that could get in your way. So when you're making your list, write down any extraneous information, a phone number you might need, business hours if you need to call someplace. So once you're kind of on track and rolling, you've got all the information you need, and you're not sidetracking yourself or putting another barrier there. Bonus tip, I make my top 3 before I go to bed. It doesn't matter if it changes when I get up due to emails or whatever I get in the morning. It eases anxiety as I'm falling asleep to think of what do I need to do tomorrow, because I've already thought about it, even if it changes. Okay, in list form, really quick recap. So make things realistic, dream medium. Be very, very honest about your time and add some buffer, like 30 minutes to everything. Star your top 3 items, preferably before you go to bed. Make it actionable. So get super specific. Break the really big things into super tiny tasks so you can get something done each day. And then clear all those roadblocks like phone numbers, names, so you don't have to look anything up. I use pen and paper. That's just me. There's tons of apps out there, so find something that works for you. I mean, Evernote is really big. Wunderlist, I've heard, is really good. I've never tried it because I like the pen and paper. So that brings us to the end of my talk. Here's my top 3 items. That's all. Thank you guys for coming. and enjoy the rest of your night.